Hey guys, and welcome back. Slash with PhD here with another episode, finally, from the Donkey Kraft server. It has been quite a few months. I think the last time I posted was in, I don't know, May or something, and a lot has been going on. First of all, I'm sorry. It was never my intention to drop off like that. Stuff does happen, and I did sort of I don't know, I guess I let my mind get the better of me and just sort of let it fall apart. Really regrettable, something that I was really hoping I could avoid when I started this all. And I thought that I had the right mindset for it, but I think what I needed to do was step away for a little bit and sort of reevaluate what I wanted. Wow. Oh man, this is nuts. I'm down here in a cave below my base. I think I started exploring this when I moved into the area and I never really finished. So, one thing I really want to do at my base is have a pretty big mob system going on. And this cave is massive and right under my base. So, it's really going to be key to, wow, words and jumping. It's really going to be key to get it cleared out so that I can get the best rates possible in that spawner. Um, but I thought it would be kind of fun to do some caving and sort of talk about what's been going on, sort of get some things squared away so we can get back into the routine here. One thing that happened was, and I'm sure some of you noticed, was I did have 3 or 4 series going on and working 40 hours a week plus. And then I have like a 2 hour commute, basically 1 hour each way. So that was a lot of my time. And then I'd come home and play. And it really felt like I was just playing to record and not really playing to have fun. And one of the things I wanted to do when I started recording was to use that to sort of increase my fun in the game and sort of increase my engagement with the game and everything. But I lost sight of that, as it is easy to do, and sort of burned myself out, not so much on Minecraft, but just sort of on doing it all, on recording and having the multiple series and everything. I had DVZ, I had survival games, I was doing a Conquistadors with Kingy for a little while, and I was doing my single player, I was doing Donkey Kraft, so I was like 4 or 5 series, and that was just too much for me, a guy who just really enjoys the survival aspect of the game and playing and caving and building and fighting mobs, you know. PvP is definitely a ton of fun, and it's something I've grown to love. But right now, I think it's important to focus on one thing and nail it, and then, kind of move on from there. If an opportunity arises, then wow, this is going to be pretty hairy. If an opportunity arises, take it, definitely, for sure. Like RPM, for example, he does a ton of DVZ. And, I've talked to him a little bit, and we've talked about doing some collabs, even if I don't feature it on my channel 100% and keep it a consistent part of my channel. I think it'd still be fun to have it on there and do it once in a while. But I was trying to get one episode from each of these series out a week, and that was just draining. Another big thing was my girlfriend moved in with me, which is super, super exciting. She was, kind of living with me. She was here like 90% of the time, but all her stuff wasn't here. And she would, usually have to go home after work, get her stuff, come over, and if she was here for a few days, she'd have to have all her stuff in a bag. Just like, this isn't, I felt bad. So we made that move, and she's now living with me, which is really cool. But there's definitely, and this is going to be probably going to sound weird for people who haven't gone through it, but there's a little bit of an adjustment period when you move in with somebody, and you got to kind of get used to each other's habits and living with each other. So, that was a big part of it. And that happened around the time that I was starting to feel the burnout. So it was a little tough to be like, hey, honey, I'm going to go sit in the other room for a little while and talk to myself and play video games. So, we worked through it, and she understands that I like to do it. And she's got a pretty creative brain herself, too, which is really, really cool. And she's been probably the most supportive. She's been encouraging me to get back into it some more. So it's really nice. So I think we've reached that point where I can get back into the system here. And I do want to just kind of do one one series for now and see where it goes. If we do UHC on the server, definitely going to have that up. That doesn't take any extra time really. And of course, if I'm playing DVZ or I'm playing Minecraft survival games, I'll totally be recording it and I'll throw it up if anything good comes of it. Absolutely. But I want to just focus on this series, on the Donkey Craft series, because that's where honestly that's where I have most of the fun. That's where the guys are, and the girls. But guys, general statement, no offense. So there we go. All right, so that's it. That's my apology. I'm sorry. I'm back. I promise to try not to let it happen again. Life happens, so sometimes things are unforeseeable. But I will be making a greater effort to be more consistent. We're going to go for one episode a week minimum. If we get more, if there's a lot going on, totally going to do it. Not going to hold anything back. Going to try and capture more stuff. One other thing that I was noticing was I was building a lot of things off screen. So I would build something and I'd say, oh, hey guys, here, this is what I built. This is the thing that I built. And blah, kind of boring to me. I don't personally like watching that when somebody series is basically just like a tour every couple of days, of what they've done. So I'm going to try and build stuff. Oh, sweet mother of pearl. This has got to be a full vein here. That's 2, 3, 4. Oh, snap. Okay. 4 is good. What do we got? 5, 6. Yeah, I am so fucking poor. Look at what I'm wearing. Chainmail and iron. And you know what? I got this iron. I think I got these off of a mob, and I think I got those. I think I upgraded those from a drop from a mob. But god dang, I am poor as shit. Poor as crap. Swearing is bad. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not too shabby. I'm happy with that. Bingo, bango. So I do want to get away. Coming back to that, I do want to get away from having, just periodic updates of what I've built. I want to try and be more consistent. I want to build on screen more, even if it's horrible and it's frustrating. But that's how I'm going to get better at it. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick to it. Even the redstone, that is a pain for me sometimes and excruciating. And whoa. With that being said, I did build a couple things since I've been gone. Of course, I have still been playing. I have still been active on the server. And we'll show those. We'll show those later on once we get out of here. Let's see what else has happened. Wow, we got a new IP on the server. We had a very interesting incident with my host. I'm not going to say any names right now because I'm not 100% sure what happened. But there were some issues where we were getting, I updated to, we are in 14W30C. And when I upgraded to this from 14W18B, we were getting a lot. Oh, I thought that was a whole nother level. Yeah, so this is one. There's a lot of like invisible blocks in 14W30C. There we go. Look at that. That's not even on anything. So when we updated the 14W30C initially on the old server, the old IP for this server, it kicked us a lot. It was kicking us a lot. And we had no idea what was going on. So this actually happened a couple weeks ago. So I was looking around in the logs and everything, and you see like zombie moved wrongly. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I went on to the admin account, and I don't know what that is. I went on to the admin account and teleported to that area, and there was a horde of egg holders. So I killed them all with some, I was in creative on the admin account. It's not this account, don't worry. I killed them all with splash potions of healing so that I didn't have to do any commands or anything. But it was, how like if you AFK at a zombie farm and you come back after like a few hours and there's just like stacks of zombies, so many of them, they're like literally stacked up. That's what it looked like, just all over the place. And there was probably upwards of 2,000 zombies just in this cave. So we cleared that out, and that seemed to help a little bit. but it didn't help a lot. And so then I kept my eye on the logs, and there was a couple more of these pockets. We were able to go around in survival mode, me and Sack and Zed and Sint, and we took care of most of them. But we were still getting crashes every now and then, and the logs were saying things like, "Warning: server can't keep up. Did the system time change, or is the server overloaded?" And so I was back and forth. Oh shoot! Back and forth with the support team for our host, and they were pretty, oh man, that was pretty dumb. They were pretty clueless too as to what was going on. They're like, "Oh well, it's probably corrupted chunks." So I fixed the chunks. It wasn't that. It kept going on. They're like, "Oh well, let's update some allocated RAM or something like that." That Zed, hey Zed. So they did that, and that didn't solve it. So what I did was I have another server hosted by them. We usually play UHC on it, and I was like, all right, so just for the heck of it, what I'm going to do, I'm going to upgrade, I'm going to put our world on that server and see what happens. And same thing happened. So I was like, all right, well, what if I start a new world on this server and see what happens? So same thing was happening, new world. And I told them all this, and recording. And they weren't super helpful after that. So what I did was I took our save files, and I went to a different host. And oh god. Scrub. So I took our save files and I went to a different host, uploaded the files there, and we've been playing lag free, crash free. Oh no, please don't die. Please don't die. Come on. No. Oh man, 1.5 hearts. We've been playing lag free and crash free on this new host since then. And so I'm trying to figure out with our old host what's going on, maybe get a little bit of reimbursement for this, because it was an issue that was in the 14W18B, but it was not causing the crashes. We are still in 14W30C, a lot of numbers and letters here, and we're not having any issues. So I don't think it was a game issue. I don't think it was a Minecraft issue. I think it was a server issue. But they are telling me, oh, well, like bulkiness of the server doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be better. And the thing is, they had me with our last server. We had the same issue, but MC Edit wasn't updated, so I couldn't repair the chunks. So we didn't know if the chunks were actually busted or not. So we just had to kind of assume that they were busted and start over, which really blew. But this was sort of at the suggestion of these guys, of the support team. And prior to that, a bunch of their suggestions were like, oh, well, upgrade to this, upgrade to that. So I upgraded to like their second best virtually private dedicated server, which is a pretty hefty penny. It's not cheap. So I had been paying for that. And that's, I mean, like, I'm not complaining about the money. I don't mind doing it if I need it. But I am now on a $20 a month plan versus like an almost $200 a month plan. And it is running better now than it was then. And I was only on that plan because these guys who are supposed to be the experts told me that's what I needed. So I pretty bummed out. And now they're telling me, oh, well, you didn't need all that stuff. That wasn't what was going to make it better. It was like corrupted chunks. And oh man, so I'm giving it a little bit of time right now to settle down, because I have a tendency to overreact sometimes, especially when it's on the internet and especially when it's related to customer service. So you combine those two things, and you got a recipe for disaster, for overreaction. I want to say things that I'm going to regret, but my plan is to sort of try and come to a communicable agreement with these guys. Get at least the last month back from when we haven't really been able to play on it because of these issues. And at the most, get more money back from them. And I am prepared if I do not get what I want. I am prepared to take it a little bit further, hop on to like the Reddit or something, and just totally let people know what's going on with these guys. Because if they were lying about their equipment or their knowledge of situations, and they're advising people to upgrade when they don't actually know that that's what's going to solve it. And then, you know, they tell you afterwards that that's not what would solve it. You shouldn't have upgraded. That wouldn't have solved it. You know, like back talking on their word. I understand, though, it is a situation where there's a lot of unknowns, and a lot of solving computer problems is troubleshooting. It's trial and error. So I gotta be careful. I don't want to be too harsh, but I do want some justice to the situation, because I feel like I was taken advantage of a little bit. Yes, because I destroyed my source of water. All right, so that is what, that's 3 updates now. I hear a zombie. I heard a zombie. I hear lava. I hate lava. It's not that way. All right. Where is it? Did you hear it? It's not up here either. Here, lava, 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 lava. Here. I bet it's right where it came from, yeah. Screw that. All right. So, our final update before we can move on from all this chit chat. My good friend Cecilia on the server. The whole time she's been on here, she's also been, I hear you. She's been a part of another server with a real life friend. She has. This server is called the Kraft. Some of you may have or may not have heard of it. They are a very, very similar server to Donkeycraft. Vanilla, whitelisted, you know, no plugins. They weren't a snapshot server, not a big deal. But they did have, you know, pretty rigorous application process, like, you know, like we do. This sounds pretty heavy up here. And where are you guys? There we go. See ya. I've already been here. All right, we're going to be coming back. Right? Maybe not. Where did you come from, buddy? This has been cleared. Hasn't it? It might be overlapping with this biome. Are we in ice mountains? I've been here. I had Zed come out and do a little caving a little while ago, and he was a little bit more erratic than I am. That might be a relic of that. All right. So, Kraft. Sint came to me and said, hey, you know, we're having a little bit of trouble with activity, kind of like you guys are on Donkeycraft. And I'm like, yeah. So I guess, I think it was her idea, not her co-owner's idea, but we merged with them, and all the active guys and people who are interested in you know, continuing playing on the Kraft server came over and joined us on the Donkeycraft server. So that happened around the same time we were having issues with the server, and we finally got it resolved and have been able to bring a lot of these guys on board. It's been maybe a week now since they've been here with us, and some of these guys are really impressive builders. Some of these guys are really impressive redstoners, and all of them seem like they're pretty cool guys, and they're going to be a lot of fun to play with. I believe there's just one YouTuber who came over, Tangent LP. I've watched some of his videos before from the Kraft server, and I think he's a very, very good guy. He's very consistent, which is something I admire and envy. Not again. With the freaking lava. So I'm pretty excited to have him on here and do a little co-op with him. We did also add a few guys of our own before that. We've got Zed. There he is. Yeah, this is a pretty cool feature of the update. We have, you can see our heads now. We've got Zed on the server. He's a newer guy. There's a couple guys that Sack played with before. So we did increase our whitelist quite a bit. So that's really exciting. Why did my voice raise? That's... Oh, good. I made it back already. So that's pretty exciting. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and there's some big things on our horizon. We got our third UHC season coming up. We're working on planning that. I am involved with a couple guys. Tom Cookie from the Minecraft Buddies server. Save the world. And a couple other guys. We're in the process of planning a Battle of the Servers UHC where each server will get to put up a team of 4 players, and we'll just kind of duke it out. And oh yeah, baby, I love this. We'll get to duke it out in a survival of the fittest teamed UHC match. That is something I am super excited for. That's quite a bit away on the horizon, though. But I bring that up because our third season of UHC is going to be a free-for-all, and our plan is to take the top 4 players and bring them to the Battle of the Servers. So there's going to be more than just bragging rights associated with winning this one. Players will actually get to take their skills to a bigger playing field and really see what they're made of. This is a massive cave system. I had no idea it was this big. Wow. Coming down here, it was huge. It already explored area. The already explored territory that I had gone through was huge. Wow. My torch lighting is a little bit different than some people, probably most people. People tend to I saw that creeper creeping, put the torches down the middle as they run. I do the right on my way up and the right on my way back. Nice. Very nice. All right, here we go. Okay, guys. I think I've covered everything. It was a very, very talky episode. We did get to cave a little bit together, which is something I really enjoy and I want to do more of. Caving is really like one of my favorite parts of the game. It's just everything is so random. You get all these resources, and if you do it the right way, you sort of build up these areas, these pockets of heavy mob spawns too. So there's a pretty good amount of fighting that you can do in here. All right, I will end the episode here. Work my way out of the cave, and when I see you guys next time, I got some cool things we can do. A couple projects I'd like to work on. I built some stuff up there, like I said. But they're not 100% complete, so we could finish them together, which would be really cool and sort of give you a little taste of what went into it. So, as always, and glad I can say this again, thank you for watching. This has been Slashway playing on the Kraft server. On the Kraft server. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.